Guys, my name is CryptoCube, and as expected, BTC ended up breaking this very invalidation. So what are we to expect from this move? And like I said in my last video, that once we take out this very highs, this invalidation high at 59,654, this very zone will be a breeze to take out. And so we are almost there, and it's quite impressive what Bitcoin has done. I used the 30 minutes time frame to show the very demand I wouldn't expect to break, and in case that breaks, that I was expecting price to go lower into the correction on the 4-hour time frame, which I spotted this particular zone here, that I expect this then to break and a retest of this particular zone here and a move further downwards. Or otherwise, I will expect this zone to break or a bit deeper into it and then a crash. But at the end of the day, we have the zone is fully broken, and that means we are back to our bullish buyer's hand, and we expect this Bitcoin move to take out this all-time highs in pretty easy fashion. It doesn't mean that we may not have a correction from this particular point, something like this, before taking it out. We can definitely have that. Likewise, we can just have it taken out in one go. The momentum coming from this particular daily candle on Bitcoin is very impressive, very impressive. And looking at the volume, we can see that the volume is above the 21 moving day average. So for it to be above average means at least we're getting a decent amount of backup volume, which means this move is genuine. So I will expect price to come here either today or tomorrow. We might have a little reaction like we did when price was here on lower time frame, and I will expect a break of it easily for us to break this particular zone like a breeze. That means the rest is easy. So let's do a quick projection of where price is likely heading in the future of Bitcoin. Many people have been calling for 100k, many people are calling for 70 something k, many people are also calling for 80 something thousand. Let's see if their projections is aligned with what our projections will be. So there are two ways in which I would like to do this. I would like to do this with the current move on Bitcoin, which is from this very lows. This very low to this side and then this low. So I would like to use this low here and this low here with this very high using the Fibonacci extension tool. I would also like to go on the weekly time frame and do it on a macro level on the big picture. So I will probably use from these lows, which happens to be the March 2020 lows, to this very all-time high. Sorry about my drawing. So I would like to do from this and this. So we are going to project for two levels. And why are we projecting for two levels? The reason is simple. Looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, we can see that we have a rally from this particular lows, last year lows, to this year's highs. That is like a single impulsive move, and then we have the correction of that move down to these lows. This is why I want to do this projection like this, from these lows to this size down to the correction. And if we take a retracement tool on Fibonacci from this very last year lows to this year's highs, we can see that we did pull back or retrace to at least close to the 60% level. Let me use the normal default. Apply default settings. All right. So we can see from the very highs, 64,000 something, we pulled back. This is a 50% range. We pulled back below the 50% range. And the 50% range is the range I would like to see a pullback to reach to make it a genuine pullback. And confirmed that we are at a nice, which means this high was pretty much a very good high, and now we probably have a very good low here too. And then we could see this 62% range. Price was just a bit shy of it. So we take it that price got to that particular level, and now we are aiming to go higher. So that would be the first projection I will do. Then the second projection will be with the current move. So let's get into it without much delay. This is a Fibonacci projection 2. If you do not know, because I have it on favorite, you can come to the left panel here. That is first, second, third, the third on the list. And here it is, trend-based Fibonacci extension. So that is the tool I'll be using for the projection. I can also use the Fibonacci retracement for the projection, but it's easier this way. So you start from the lows to the highs, then back down to the lows. And what can we see? We can see the ranges, the Fibonacci ranges. I don't know if you can actually see this. Maybe I should make this a bit bigger. Then let me pull it down. So from the low to the high and to the last low made, now we can see that price is approaching the area of supply, but that is a minor supply. We all expect this area to break soon and then make a time high. So where are we going to top again before we make a deep correction? Looking at supply and demand. Okay, let me not go supply and demand way first. So this is a 62%, this is a 70%, this is 70%. We expect, if this is a wave 1, then we expect, because these moves here are minor, so if this is a wave 1, this is 0 to 1, then this is 1 to 2, then we expect this from this particular lows to this current high to be 3, the third wave. And if it's going to be the third wave, it must not be minimum, I mean it must not be lesser than the wave of 1. So we expect a 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension to be the price, the minimum. And if we are to go far into this, then we will expect a 1.272. That means we expect something around 106,000, or let me just say 107,000, for this to be the swing from this 28,000 lows. Then the highs will be around between 90,000 to 107,000. That will be the expectation on the macro level. That is a big picture. So we might have some corrections before then, like we break this size, then we pull back to this current demand, whereas support and resistance, people will be willing to convert this resistance into support. Then we go back high. But for this particular move, once we take out these all-time highs, I will expect anywhere between this price line. So that is the first projection I want to make. Now let's look at the second one real quick. I will take out this now. Then I will go back to the daily time frame. All right. So the second one is from the lows where we came from. That is this particular low here, 28,000. This seems to be lower on futures, but on spot, this was the actual low. So I'll be using this particular lows. Now I take the trend-based Fibonacci extension tool. Then from this size, I go to this. From that low to this side, then down to this low. So what we can see is we want to see a correlation between this time frame and the weekly time frame. So this is a 1-to-1 of this particular move, which means for this swing to be a 0-to-1, and this is 1-to-2, then 3, we will definitely reach here. So from 63,000 thereabouts, we might bounce back a bit, and then we will be expecting a 1.272, which means we are expecting 70,000 to, from 63,000 to 70,000 range to be the first high for this particular move. And here will be the 0-to-1, 1-to-2, then 2-to-3 around this point, or even we can move as high as this point. That is the 1.618 level. Then we correct again to then go for the fifth wave. The fifth wave is where I would expect price to come as high as this. So this is a macro level. This is a target on the weekly time frame. Whereas on the daily time frames, we can't come to this point in a single run. We come in waves, right? So if we are to move in waves, it has to be done in a fraction like this. Oh, sorry. Let me quickly take this. Not here. Okay, so this is it. We have here 1 to 2, 0 to 1, then to 2. Then if this is going to be at 3, then we have to pull back maybe this area, but I will expect a 50% of this range too. So we may pull back deeper and then expect a 5. Let me quickly adjust this because okay. So R5, R3 will be somewhere between here and 70,000. It can also go as deep or as up as this. So anywhere between these these 3 ranges, let me just use it. Then we have a correction, at least 50% of this move from here to anywhere it tops and finds that correction. Then the 5th wave, from that 4th wave, we come anywhere between this macro level on the weekly time frame. So that will be the expectation on Bitcoin. And this is, I'm expecting this because we have taken out this particular zone. And like I said in my last video, if we take out this zone, that is my invalidation level, then we are back bullish. So Bitcoin is bullish at the current moment. And taking out this zone won't be that much of an hassle. So for now, I'll be expecting anywhere between 63,000 to 78,000. Then a pullback, and then a rally towards 90,000 to 100,000. So that means those people calling for 100,000, they are right. And those people also calling for 80,000, they are so correct. Now I'm not calling for 100,000. I'm not calling for anything. I'm just projecting what can happen and what I will expect to happen. It doesn't mean that ideas cannot be invalidated. They can be invalidated. We can just have a big drop from this all-time highs. People might sell off quickly, and it is one-to-one of this particular move. People can choose to sell off madly. Can be from here, can be from here, can be from anywhere. Let's just say it can be from anywhere between this price line. Can be from anywhere between this price line to this price line. We can expect huge sell-off from people. We should push for the correction of 3 to 4. Then we get buybacks again to push higher. So once we take out these all-time highs, that will be my expectation. I may be invalidated and I can be right. So that is my view for Bitcoin at these current times. So you can just find some altcoins which has good value that you can pick up and keep scaling into them, because once Bitcoin takes out this all-time highs, altcoin will definitely rally. Today it has been a very dull moment for some alts. Bitcoin is rising, but they are dropping. Even USDT pairs for that matter. But then nonetheless, it will work out for the good. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching.